Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to do a video for Bitcoin Cash. You guys can see that currently the trend is still intact, so everything looks pretty fantastic in the long term for this cryptocurrency to continue to move in its upward movement, something that we talked about on our last video around the beginning of July, looking for Bitcoin Cash to go up. So we're going to try to see if that's going to continue, because if so, then we're just not going to change our idea and we're going to continue to let the market trade. But if we see some hints of weakness and some selling, then we might need to anticipate some lower prices to occur in Bitcoin Cash. So let's go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe for more of my videos and content. I am not here to shill you. I am not here to give you any fear, FUD, FOMO, whatever the case may be. I really want us to be sound in mind and understanding of the market, just simply looking at what everyone else has done, what their thoughts were when they first came in, either bought or sold out of their positions. We can actually utilize that to our benefit to get ahead of the market. So let's go ahead and talk about it now. So currently you can see that in Bitcoin Cash, the market has actually came through and broke through this sell pocket right here. And it also came through and broke through this sell pocket, which is a good indication that the demand is definitely in favor of the buyers right now. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of that. We're going to clean that up. That is no longer applicable to the price action in Bitcoin Cash, but this one is. You guys can see that this sell pocket right here in Bitcoin Cash is still a problem. The market in Bitcoin Cash tried to hit that sell pocket on the 27th of July and then again on the 28th. And at that moment, the price seen some lower movement. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the market in Bitcoin Cash on a different time frame. So let's take a look at this on the 2. We'll look at the price bars now to see if the buyers are still controlling the price. So far the answer would be yes. Buyers are still here, especially on the 2, because we didn't see any follow through on that weakness bar right there. We didn't see any follow through. Instead of price in Bitcoin Cash continuing to go lower, it went right back up. So much so that it went higher on the high of the bar, and the market closed right there at the high of the last 2 days. So that signifies that this market, apparently someone thinks that Bitcoin Cash is still a buy. So looking at this on the 3, pretty much the same thing. We're not seeing any follow through on this sell bar right there. Market came right back up in the next 3 days, and here it is currently. We're still seeing some hints of weakness right around this area. So let me pull this back on the daily, and we could create the points to where we can see the sellers. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and mark that and identify that for Bitcoin Cash. We know that that area is where sellers are now. Okay, so now back to the 4. Let's get this on the 4. Okay, so yeah, the different time frames that I've shown you so far, 2, 3, and 4, we can see that the market is definitely suspecting that Bitcoin is still bullish. And they're right, they're correct, because the uptrend is still intact. We haven't seen price fall through this trend line. So apparently that is still the case, that the market is still nearing or attempting to go up in price. All right, so here it is on the 5. Here's Bitcoin Cash on the weekly chart. This was a very good weekly bar right there. That's very good. Okay, so now it looks like the market is in a process of accumulating, trying to keep the sellers from really pushing price down, because on the next week, price did go lower in Bitcoin Cash. Now, we saw the market close off the lows, which signifies that buyers are still interested in buying Bitcoin Cash. Look at this on the 2 weeks. See how the market on this last printed 2-weekly price bar, it went up, it went down, and it closed right there in the middle. That tells us that it was a 50-50. It was like a draw in between the buyers and the sellers. Nobody really overpowered the other side of the market. Here it is on the 3. Here it is on the 5, and for the month. Okay, so now let's look at this on the 11-hour chart. We're just trying to see if the market in Bitcoin Cash is still bullish or bearish. Currently it's kind of mixed on the 11-hour. Here it is on the 5-hour chart. You can see that the market is definitely showing some emphasis and bounce. The market didn't go down off of this 5-hour bar. It went right back up. My concern is if the market is really that strong to where it can break through this pocket of selling right here. I do got concern right there though. It is on the 3-hour chart. Okay. So you know you can put a buy pocket right here for Bitcoin Cash. Here it is on the 330-minute chart. Let's see. So yeah, I'm not really too convinced that the market here in Bitcoin Cash is definitely still bullish. I think the market has to work out some kinks, some wrinkles that's in the fabric to determine if this cryptocurrency is still aiming for higher levels. So what we're going to do in these situations is we'll come through and actually take some off the table. So if we were to get out the market right now at Bitcoin Cash, we would be up 7.5%. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and pull that back. So currently, I'm not going to change the idea that Bitcoin Cash is not trying to go up, because it still is. But if we see a continuation of weakness and selling, and it looks like the buyers are having issues of trying to break through these two sell pockets right here, I want you to know that it is gaining probability that the price will continue to try to go lower. So these two pockets are very important. We need to see these buyers take out those sellers that lie in that pocket. Okay. So yeah, I do suspect that the market may try to attempt to hit one of these pockets, but then the reaction after it hits it is where we're going to get the answer to see if these buyers are still in control, or will they pass the ball off to the sellers and let the sellers bring the market down a little bit lower. So we're not going to change anything yet, but we're just going to be on the lookout to see how these buyers trade as price approaches those two sell pockets. All right, so that's it. I'm done. Let me know your thoughts though. Make sure you maintain profit, and as always, trade different.